What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, as always covering all the latest in pro wrestling. And my voice is almost gone because it is WrestleMania. WWE WrestleMania 37 night 1 just went down, so you guys already know we gotta round it up. And this was an amazing event. It was just so good at seeing an event played out with a live audience. Before we get into it, you guys know the deal. Elbow drop a like on this video, and if you want even more wrestling content, go ahead and subscribe to that second channel. To start things off, for the first time ever at WrestleMania, we had a rain delay. It was like my worst nightmare. I watch a little bit too much baseball for whatever reason, so I'm kind of accustomed to rain delays. But seeing it at WrestleMania was just absolutely wild. So much so that WWE had to fill out like an extra 40 minutes at the beginning of the show with some backstage interviews which were not scripted, so they ended up being better than anything we have seen on Monday Night Raw. I have never seen Braun Strowman cut a passionate promo the way that he did tonight. The New Day gave us a very good one as well, and then of course Kevin Owens. Point is that was pretty cool of them to do. Then finally we had the first match about 35 to 40 minutes into it, and that of course was the WWE Championship, Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. And honestly, going into WrestleMania, I would have told you that this was the easiest match to predict, but it feels like WWE swerved us. They actually gave this massive WrestleMania moment and this victory to Bobby Lashley, so he is still the WWE champion. Drew McIntyre made me believe that he was gonna win this match a couple of times, especially after delivering 3 Future Shock DDT. In the end though, it was the Hurt Lock that put Drew McIntyre to sleep, losing the match. Now he did went to sleep and woke up right away, because you gotta make him look strong, and the commentary team did make a big deal about the fact that Drew McIntyre didn't submit or tap out. So obviously this feud is going to continue. Now I did want Drew McIntyre to get this massive WrestleMania moment with the audience that he didn't get last year, but honestly I'm also happy that Bobby Lashley was the one winning, so I don't mind it happening this way. It's awesome for him and MVP. They have been giving us a great content, great entertainment on Monday Night Raw, so they are very well deserving of it. Second match of the night, we had the tag team Turmoil match, which was won by Natalya and Tamina. A couple of disappointing things from this match. First off, I didn't want Naomi and Lana to be the first one to be eliminated. I wanted them to go into the finals. And then the other thing is that WWE booked the Riot Squad very good. They were the best one booked in this match. They looked the best. They were just the best team in it all around. So it's kind of annoying that they just ended up getting defeated by Tamina and Natalya, who came out last. I hate when things are booked that way and then the team that shine is not the one winning. Regardless though, Natalya and Tamina, they move on to night 2, and honestly I do want them to win those tag team titles. I think they have been developing as a really good heel team over the last couple of weeks, and it's probably only gonna get better. And then they could feud with the Riot Squad on SmackDown, and maybe the Riot Squad could get a title run too. I guess another big highlight for this match, and one that a lot of people are talking about on social media, and it's obviously trending, that is Mandy Rose slipping on the stage ramp while she was making her entrance. A couple of other superstars ended up slipping tonight, like AJ Styles too. Of course, all because of the rain. Literally, Vince McMahon's biggest rival from now on at WrestleMania. Third match of the night, it was Seth Rollins taking on Cesaro. Cesaro, of course, ended up beating that record from before of swinging Seth Rollins 23 times. Maybe next time to his next opponent, he does it 24 times and just continue increasing it like that. That would be an amazing, easy way to get over, even though as we know Cesaro deserves that massive push regardless. Tonight, after swinging Seth Rollins 23 times, he delivered an awesome neutralizer to win the match. What made this match also great was that Seth Rollins was giving us some extra new moves from him, even a corkscrew frog splash, which looked amazing, and I could hardly pronounce it of course, but it was great nonetheless. Cesaro was emotional after the match, and so was I, because it is is awesome to see him get that first WrestleMania singles victory, and just that a massive WrestleMania moment for him. It's also annoying that WWE acted like he never competed last year in singles competition against Drew Gulak, but it is what it is. For the Raw Tag Team Championship match, we had AJ Styles and Omos defeating the New Day and becoming the brand new tag team champions. This one went as expected. AJ Styles started off the match, and then there was a long build up to him getting that hot tag from Omos so Omos could come in and just look like a complete monster. He looked great. He was booked like a typical giant. We got a couple of backbreakers from him dominating Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. In the end, we see him delivering a massive spine buster and getting the victory while AJ Styles instructs him to pin Kofi Kingston with one leg on his chest. Again, just like a typical giant. This was pretty good, and as I said before, AJ and the New Day was definitely gonna make sure that he looked great in this. And this is a big debut, winning that tag team title with someone like AJ Styles. Hopefully WWE books them good. Steel cage match, which I believe is the second time ever that we get a steel cage at WrestleMania, which is kind of crazy. We just happens to get a lot of Hell in a Cell nowadays. At the beginning of this match, of course, we had the involvement of Elias and Jackson Ryker. Braun Strowman and Shane McMahon battled it out inside the cage for a bit. The big spot came when Shane McMahon was about to win, and instead of fully climbing down, he's just mocking Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman grabs his hand, even though Shane was mid down, and in order to get him back into the cage, Braun just rips off a part of the steel cage. That was an incredible setup. Props to WWE for doing it and making Braun look insane. Another big spot was Braun Strowman tossing Shane McMahon back into the ring from the top of the steel cage, then going down for the power slam and getting the victory. You of course knew Shane McMahon was gonna be jumping off something. This time though, he landed on nothing. We had Bayley interrupting the commentary team as she goes on to announce the 2020 Hall of Fame. She didn't really do much. We didn't get the ding dong hello segment that we were expecting, or I should say that has been rumored. There was no Becky Lynch tonight, but the crowd was chanting Becky when Bayley came out. Maybe it will happen tomorrow. The possibilities are still there. The Miz and John Morrison versus Damian Priest and Bad Bunny. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Bad Bunny is the greatest celebrity wrestler that we have seen based on the match that he gave us tonight. And of course, we're not mentioning The Rock, John Cena, Batista, and so on, but you guys know what I mean. As a celebrity coming into the WWE, based on this match, you can see that Bad Bunny really dedicated himself the last 3 to 4 months to give us the best match possible. And tonight he did. My man even did a Canadian Destroyer, which Michael Cole was like, what is that? I guess he hasn't been watching AEW, but you know Michael Cole probably just making fun of the whole situation. Nonetheless, it was the Bunny Destroyer, and it was incredible. It was just a really good match for someone like him who is a big celebrity. Again, coming into the WWE to get a big paycheck and get some extra view for WWE. Instead, coming out of this match, he made a lot of us a believer. His match was one of the most entertaining ones of the night, and it kind of makes me want to see him compete in another match, because why not? After what we saw tonight, he was always there competing. It was not like he just got a hot tag in 2 spots and that's it. He was fearless, acted like an actual wrestler, a lot of action back and forth, and he was selling them moves very good. So that was very impressive. In the end, Bad Bunny and Damian Priest goes home with that victory. And it is main event time. It is crying time, because man, that was emotional and I absolutely loved it. It just felt so real finally with that audience there, and just WrestleMania being what it is. We got the SmackDown Women's Championship, Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair. Before the match even started, they just started tearing up and just smiling and murking at each other, because this is a huge moment. It is the main event. The crowd is excited, and honestly, they deserve that spot, and they went on to give us an amazing match. Sasha Banks playing the heel, Bianca Belair using everything that she can to get that victory, of course, including giving Sasha Banks a couple of hair whips. Towards the end, we got Bianca Belair delivering the KOD, or trying to, and Sasha Banks slides off and attempts the bank statement, but Bianca Belair then turned around and gets her up for that KOD, which came after a massive hair whip just a bit earlier. So it's a bit out of nowhere. Then the pinfall hits, and Bianca becomes our new SmackDown Women's Champion. So that is what went down on night 1 of WrestleMania. WrestleMania. I will honestly give this night a 9 out of 10 because it was just so good to see the live audience back in there reacting to everything, getting excited, and it just made every match better. On top of that, credit to WWE because every match that we got tonight was good. We didn't really get a bad match. There were some really good moments all throughout, and even in the tag team turmoil match, which was probably my least favorite, in that we still got to see someone like the Riot Squad get a big spotlight even though they didn't win it. You guys already know we're gonna be back with night 2 tomorrow, so make sure to hit those notifications and hit that follow button if you guys want to join us for our watch along. And definitely check out my coverage for WWE 2K22 because tonight we got that official first teaser trailer for the game featuring Rey Mysterio and Cesaro. Anyways guys, thank you for joining. I'll catch you on the next one, so stay savage.